That was good. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about water intake, and how to build this habit of constantly, regularly drinking water. So we already know that drinking enough water is extremely important both for our mental and physical health. In case you need to know more proof, please go online and checking. There is like bunch of benefits to drinking enough water. And because everybody is talking about that, we already know it's kind of no-brainer that yeah, definitely we need to drink water. But when it comes from theory to practice, sometimes it's quite hard, especially if you do not have this habit of drinking constantly water throughout the day, and especially drinking enough water. So today in this video I would like to share some tips, some kind of life hacks that help me to increase my water intake. So now here in my location it's summer and extremely hot and extremely humid. So in summer in general I think I drink enough water. Probably I even drink more water, but maybe not, because at the same time I'm sweating a lot. So at least in summer it feels like it's easier for me to hit my water goals, because I naturally feel that I want to drink it more, and like kind of my body tells me go and drink water, so it's kind of easier. But when it comes to more cooler seasons, and autumn is coming soon, winter, etc., in those seasons I do have issues with drinking enough water. And sometimes if I don't remind, or if I'm not conscious about that, definitely I'm not hitting my amount of water. Definitely I'm hitting my coffee goals or tea goals, but I'm not hitting my water goals. And even though there is water in your coffee, in your tea, in juices and everything you're drinking, and it also counts, but just drinking pure simple water has lots of benefits to our health, and in general having it as a habit I think is very important. So what helps me to build this habit of regular drinking water? First of all, it's this idea that we need to keep water somewhere visual, on the spot that we can easily notice it. And probably you already know that. You need to keep it on your working desk, you need to keep it in your fridge, so every time you open fridge you see it. Like it should be there. It should be a nice big bottle, something that you like. Buy yourself a fancy bottle, buy yourself a fancy glass, and every time you see this glass or this bottle you even have this kind of aesthetic desire to drink that water. So this is what I'm trying to do, to buy myself some fancy glasses and some fancy bottles and put them kind of around. It really helps, because if you do not see it, there is no this kind of immediate trigger that you need to do it. Second recommendation will be this kind of sipping rule. So I also told myself every time I open fridge, before taking anything from that fridge, I need to have 2 sips of water. And I have a bottle especially for that purpose in my fridge. So I open the fridge to take, for example, food for lunch. I had 2 sips. I close the fridge. I think, okay, I forgot onion, for example. I'm coming back to take my onion. I open the fridge. Again, I'm taking 2 sips of water. And again, so kind of every time I open my fridge, I drink 2 sips of water. Another thing which also helps me, it's combining this habit of drinking water with some habits that I already have. Like, for example, brushing my teeth. So after each time I'm brushing my teeth, my next part will be to drink water, or waking up in the morning. So once I wake up, I'm keeping a bottle next to my bed, and while I'm still in bed, I'm already having like a couple of sips of water. So it's also like already a habit. Each time after physical exercise, I'm drinking water and I'm keeping water next to me. If we go somewhere to a car ride, when we're going somewhere, there is already place that I put water in the car, and I'm constantly sipping through the trip. So kind of create this environment when you see water, and this environment kind of reminds you and motivates you to drink that water. Next recommendation is about reminders. You can just put some kind of sticky notes around that remind you to drink water. You can send notifications on your phone, like reminders on your phone. There are some nice applications already that kind of remind you constantly that you need to drink this amount of water. Sometimes they work for me perfectly. Like there are months that only thanks to this application and this notification actually I was able to hit my water intake goal. But there are months when it's not working. So I don't know why it's like this. That's why I'm trying to use multiple tools and multiple strategy, because some of them work better in some days, some of them work better in other days. And it may depend on the if I'm home or I'm outside, it may depend on my mood, it may depend on the season, it may depend on so many factors that I prefer to have multiple options. Next thing, it's about adding some taste. Sometimes, especially when you push yourself to drink like those 2 liters of water every day, it's kind of get boring and you want to taste. And even though with time, water start already tasting good even without adding something, while we are still building that habit, I think it's a good idea to add some flavor. So definitely you can put something into your water. It can be lemon, it can be lime, it can be oranges, it can be cucumbers. All of them will give some additional nice taste, smell, flavor to your water, so you kind of feel more motivated to drinking, and it's kind of will be more tasty. Also, you can drink herbal teas. Unlike coffee or black tea or green tea, herbal teas still, at least this is what I understood from reading some of scientific literature, that herbal teas still kind of keep the same water level in your body. I don't know, it's a bit complicated. Maybe I'm also wrong, so please don't quote me on that. But anyway, it seems drinking unsweetened herbal tea is also a good idea, and I discovered for myself a lot of really nice herbs like mint, especially now it's hot. Cold mint tea, it's very tasty, it's very refreshing. Also, I came across hibiscus tea or carcade tea they call it. The tea has such a nice taste and has such a gorgeous red color. I like it both hot, when I'm drinking hot, and when I just prepare it and let it cool down, and then I drink it cold with ice, especially in summer. The taste is great, the smell, the flavor, like just fantastic. It can be also ginger tea, especially ginger tea I prefer in winter because it's kind of more warming. But like lemon, like peppermint, like hibiscus for summer, they are great, and definitely there are even more herbs that I mentioned. So just test it, find something that works for you, and just include them in your diet. Good option also a sparkling water. So I do not like kind of pure sparkling water, even though sometimes I'm drinking, because it kind of, I feel like it irritates my throat. So what I actually do in order to improve the taste of water, I just take plain water and I mix it with sparkling water, like 50-50. And I still have this feeling of sparkling water in my mouth, and it kind of improves the taste of water, but at the same time it doesn't irritate me as just pure sparkling water. So, and making some kind of combination of water, sparkling water, and maybe some fruits, cucumber, whatsoever, it's kind of already tastes like a cocktail, but it still has 0 calories, great flavor, great taste, and you are hitting your water goal. One good idea could be some kind of creative challenges, when you kind of challenge yourself to drink water. You can even have competition with your friends or family members who is kind of hitting better and sticking to this goal of drinking water daily. Those type of play, those type of kind of little competition, little challenge also may help to build water intake goal. And the last point I would like to mention here, it's all about mindset. So as you probably understood, in case you've been watching any of my previous videos, this year I'm kind of working mostly on my mindset. And I think finding keys to your mindset, how to set the right mindset, already eventually gonna bring us to our goals, including water intake goals. So I'm trying to remind myself that I'm drinking this water not because I have to, just because I want to, just because it's gonna make me feel better, it's gonna make me look better. I'm trying also to make kind of this connection between water intake and how I feel. For example, I know once I'm gonna have a couple of sips of my water, my skin will come better. My skin will become more radiant. Like I will feel better. Like I will feel way better feeling in my stomach. I will be more energetic. I will be able to do what I want to do in an easier way. So every time I'm drinking water, I'm reminding myself, okay, I'm now drinking this water, I'm making this sip, but it will make me more beautiful, it will make me more energetic, it will make me more healthy. This is a sign of self-care, this is a sign of self-love. I'm caring about myself, I'm loving myself, I'm respecting my body, I'm building this good relationship between me and my body. And while I'm drinking and reminding myself all of those things, it definitely works in a very different way, in a very different positive way. And it doesn't come itself. You do need to work. First couple of months, I was just like constantly reminding myself about that. And I'm wearing a ring also as a reminder. So every time I see this ring and I'm drinking water, I'm reminding myself why I'm drinking this water, for my self-care, for my self-support. But once you do it long enough, your brain will learn it already as a habit. And even though you do not control it anymore, your brain will start doing it unconsciously. So you're drinking that water and this kind of idea already pops in your head. I'm doing it for my skin. I'm doing it for my self-care. I'm doing it as a sign of love. And it's a very nice feeling. So my key point here, water is extremely important both for our mental and physical health. Yet when it comes to practice, sometimes it's pretty hard to drink enough water. And what can help you? Changing the attitude, changing the mindset, using some visual triggers, using some anchors, using some smart tricks and strategic movements in order to increase water. And it doesn't mean that you need to use all of those tools that I mentioned today in the video, and I haven't even mentioned all the tools that exist. I only talking about something that works for me. You may pick up something that you think will work for you and test it. You may pick up just one tool, you may pick up a couple of tools. The point is to start making these small steps, to start changing your identity, to start changing your attitude. And to my understanding, attitude change, mindset change to the habit is the shortest way actually to build that habit. Any habit, not just water intake habit. So I hope you find this video useful. If you have some more ideas or trick how you personally increasing your water intake, please share them in the comment below. And thank you for staying here with me, and I will see you soon.